You are given a pandas data frame and you want to get the first n rows of the data frame. Let's say we have the following sample data frame with 10 rows and 3 columns. You can see that the data frame has 3 columns: height, weight, and team. The data frame basically includes information about athletes competing in a local regional tournament with their height, weight, and the team that they belong. Now, to get the first n rows of a data frame, you can use the pandas built-in head function. The head function you can directly apply to the data frame and pass it the number of rows that you want. For example, let's say n, that is the number of rows that you want from the top, is 3. So pass in 3 as the argument to the head function. And you see that we get the first 3 rows of the data frame. We can confirm that these are the first 3 rows of the data frame here. So we get the first 3 rows of the data frame by passing 3 as an argument to the head function. Now, by default, the head function returns the first 5 rows. So if you do not pass any argument to the head function, you'll get the first 5 rows of the data frame. An alternative method to using the head function is you can use the ilog property of the data frame. So the ilog property is used to slice the data frame based on the row and the column indices, which is why we get I. So to get the first n rows of the data frame, slice from the start of the data frame to n, that is the index of the n plus 1th row, and then slice for all the columns. So the first, the argument to the left in this ilog property specifies the range of rows that you want. For example, if you want the first 3 rows, you can specify 0 to 3. But since you're slicing from the start, you can omit the 0 and you can simply slice using this notation. And similarly, we want all the columns, so we are slicing for all the columns. So if we print out the result, we get the first 3 rows of the data frame. If you use the slice function, slice property without specifying the number of, without specifying the indices or the range of rows that you want, you'll get all the rows of the data frame, like here. That is, we get all the 10 rows of the data frame. So, a quick recap. To get the first n rows of a data frame, you can use the built-in head function, which is the most straightforward way to get the first n rows of the data frame. Pass in the number of rows that you want as an argument to the head function. By default, it will give you the first 5 rows of the data frame. Another method that you can use is the ilog property, which is used to slice a data frame based on its row and column indices. Specify the range of rows, that is the range of rows from the top that you want in the ilog property, and you'll get the first n rows using this method.